Hey people, hello Earthlings. We're live on the Twinternet, and I have with me Roy Marriott, who runs a kind of sanctuary rescue centre, and we're doing a fundraiser for him on Thursday, and some other guy, Ronnie somebody. What is it, Ronnie? That legend, Ronnie Lee. That's the one I mean.
Legends, yeah.
Yeah.
I get called another name with end on the end, but the first part of it isn't leg. It's actually another part. It's another part of the body, but not leg.
Yeah, but I think you made that joke last time, though, Ronnie. But this,
I probably did. Yeah.
I've been publicising this advert because this is an advert for what we're calling it, Jailhouse Vegans 3. This is an advert for it, and so I put "Who thought prison was such a laugh?" And I was thinking when I went for my walk that could be a bit misleading because there are actually some fairly scary and very serious things going on in prison. But it's a kind of mixture, isn't it, Ronnie? You know, you get a laugh and also some heavy stuff that goes on as well in a prison, doesn't it? You know,
it does, and often the conditions are very austere. Particularly, I don't really know what it's like now, but back in those days when you first got put in prison, they were those old Victorian prisons where you went to the toilet in a bucket and three of you to a cell and all the bars and stuff like that. So your conditions were very depressing, and it's not a pleasant environment. And so you kind of look for humorous things to kind of, it's a kind of survival mechanism in a way. You're looking for humour in a situation to kind of keep you going. It's like, I suppose trench humour or whatever you'd call it, or black humour, that you're sort of, you're making the best of a bad situation in a way.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of inevitable, in a way that you make the best of a bad job, as I said. Another thing that occurred to me on my walk was that thing about, you can have a laugh in prison does feed into that kind of right-wing narrative about, prisons are holiday camps and this kind of stuff. And then another thought I had was that there are some right-wing vegans who want prisoners to be vivisected on. I thought, thanks a lot for that, right-wing.
so you get like, does that include like, does that include like animal rights prisoners, or do they get exemption from it?
I don't know. They would, but, don't do that. So anyway, actually, one bit of news for Thursday, the main show, as it were. On Thursday, we've got an exclusive bit of film that has just arrived on my desktop about 2 hours ago. And Roy, you've got some new residents. You want to just say a couple of words?
Yeah, we have 250 hens, which were rescued on Saturday. And
it's kind of like we think it's a battery unit closing down, and so lots of different sanctuaries are taking lots of different types depending on the space and everything.
Yeah, there's still quite a few there, but that's all taken care of, and they should all be out within a few weeks.
All right, brilliant. And so is the farmers agreeing to feed them and all that until then, I suppose?
Yep.
Yeah. And what about you? Do you have to? I mean, when back into daylight got some new birds, we had to quickly make aviaries and all kinds of stuff. So do you have a lot of building to do now?
We already got it in place because we knew it was going to happen.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's good. So how big is it? Physically big is your gaff then, Roy?
It's only 3 acres, but we've got absolutely stacks of buildings on it: kennels, catteries, swan unit, wildlife unit, our own hospital unit, a wildlife hospital unit.
Speaking of swans, we've got a group of swans looking after some people there. So that's one of your. And I noticed you've got some very impressive, at least 3 vans you got there. So that's it's a big operation, isn't it, Roy?
It was with that one. It was I don't know how many litres it was, hundreds of litres of diesel from a state which had leaked into Billing Aquadrome, and all the birds were covered in diesel. We lost a few swans even after we'd got them and bathed them, but the majority of we got back out onto the.
So this picture, is this just before re-release then? Is that what it is?
It took environmental agency about 2 weeks to clear Billing Aquadrome, ready for them to be released back on it.
And did you have to go on there with boats and fish them out and all that?
We didn't have to. We got most of them. Literally, they were always being fed, so a lot of the time they came to the banks, so people were just grabbing them.
All right. Yeah, there must have been a bit of a mistake, because I mean, you know, the famous thing about swans is, oh, don't go too near swans, they'll break your arm, isn't it? And so
yeah, they'll have your head off.
They can give you a good wallet.
Yeah, would you fancy grabbing one of those, Ronnie?
What, a swan, you mean? We're talking about, still talking about swan.
We're talking about Ronnie Lee is in the building.
Well, if I had to, yeah, I mean, you have to be careful, of course, don't you? Like, kind of get their wings secure and stuff.
Yeah, I bet it was a right operation to get all the diesel off of them as well. I suppose that took a long time.
That took 2 or 3 washes to get them all clean and then get them onto fresh water. We've only got a little pond here, so they had to rough it a bit for a few weeks, and then the majority of them made them. I think we lost about half a dozen.
And you drove them back to whence they came, and then you released them en masse, did you?
Yeah, we released everything we could. I think there was 2 trips we had to make to them. It's only just down the road from us, but there was.
Yeah. I tell you what I love about swans is when you see a lot of them all at once taking off or landing. There's like a canal in Dublin, right? And every now and again you drive along, and suddenly, about 7 come out of the air, and they kind of like land, and they do a bit of a kind of ski, and then they sink into the water. It looks so magnificent.
Did you send the bill, Roy? Did you send the bill to the Queen? Because swans are all belong to the Queen, didn't they? Apparently, so she should have to pay.
By all accounts, she's only it's only the ones on the Thames.
Oh, I see. So that's how she got out of it then.
So if they don't be eaten, they ought to get off the Thames. Is that the way it works? Yeah, because I mean, she's allowed to eat them, apparently, isn't she?
Oh, she can eat them.
I'm just gonna let this run on as we talk. So that's the swans. So we're thinking pulp with a big debate going on here, people. So maybe people in the chat can help us out.
That's Alf, isn't it? Is that Alf, Roy, the turkey?
I'm trying to think which one it is. It is indeed.
He's magnificent, isn't he?
He's amazing.
Let's go back. Yeah. Let's go back to people in the chat. We're thinking polecat, ferret. I had down mink. That's wrong. Stoat, and you came up with polecat, didn't you, Ronnie? So
I think he looks, he or she looks like a polecat.
Yeah, this magnificent little person.
I've got it down as a ferret. That'll do me.
They're all related, aren't they? Closely, they're all mustelids.
We got one vote. We got one vote for ferret from Deb, and ferret seems to be very popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're very intelligent ferrets.
Yeah. I just want to know that these are my notes. I did put ferret first, so I did get it right.
Yeah, she got it right. Well done.
It's just I put ferret. Hang on a minute, maybe that's wrong. I wasn't sure.
Right. So
this magnificent bird. You reckon there's one called Alf?
Alf. Yeah, there's one called Alf. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've seen Alf because I've been to the sanctuary Animals in Need many times. It's absolutely wonderful place. They've got like so many different animals there, all rescued, and they've even got a vegan cafe. There's a vegan cafe there on the sanctuary, and they do the best value and best full English vegan breakfast I've ever had there. It's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's when they have like open days, and there's normally a vegan fair there once a year, isn't there, Roy? When you have several. Yeah, it's November, isn't it?
For it, yeah.
Yeah, it's normally November, isn't it? It's Remembrance. Normally the Remembrance.
It's likely to be the week after.
Yeah. And that's great.
There's Terry helping us out on this picture as well, as you see.
Turkey. Oh yeah, turkey. Cool. Because I was a bit flummoxed over what kind of animal
I thought
he was.
I thought duckling myself. Right.
Oh, there we are. Yes.
In my notes, I've got what. Don't say anything, Ronnie. I've got white cock and brown hen.
He's definitely a cock.
Oh, was it? Why would I say anything? I mean, hen.
I'm not feeding you a feed line there, Ronnie. That's what all I'm saying, basically.
That's what you're in the show for, Roger.
Yeah,
the feed line.
And then the last one we're going to show tonight. So there's a bigger version of this, but this is a lovely little clip.
Yeah, it's wonderful. This is.
Yeah, it's brilliant. This.
I'm trying to think. There's 19 sheep. We haven't got enough room here, so there's an organic farm, and it's got about 90 acres, and they do specialist hay, so they cannot use pesticides or anything like that on it. So the only natural manure, if you like, they can use is sheep. So they, during the winter, they go over there. They've got 90 acres to run around on, and then for 3 months they'll come back here, and they're coming back in about a fortnight while they cut the hay.
So it's kind of like their instructions, their mission, if they choose to take it, is to poo as much as possible, is it?
Yeah, and with as much grass they've got there and hay, definitely.
Yeah, all right.
I think that's the normal mission of most vegans, isn't it? To be quite honest.
Yeah, you should get them to have a vegan gathering there. That'd sort that out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, have a vegan camp out on that field, and then that'd be fertilised for several years, then, wouldn't it?
It would. Right, Ronnie,
especially if I went.
We're only supposed to be on for quarter of an hour, so we've got 3 minutes. So, Ronnie, do you want to give all the details of Thursday?
Yeah, it's same time, but on Thursday evening, 7 p.m, and it's on Roger's YouTube channel, Roger Yates, and we'll be going for about an hour, and it's going to be amusing stories from prison, and also kind of surrounding prison, the lead up to prison and stuff like that. And it's going to be myself and Roger. The last two programs were me, really, because Roger hadn't actually entered into the criminal world. He was late on the scene of crime. But in this one, this is when he starts I had
to wait to meet you before I became a criminal, Ronnie.
He had to wait to be,
famous.
Corrupted,
yeah. Recruited. He was recruited.
You
see, became.
So look out for that. There'll be plenty of adverts around. In fact, you've already put them all over Facebook, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of sharing, try and get people on, because it's really important. I mean, the important thing is to raise money for the sanctuary. Like all sanctuaries, animals in need, desperate in need of funds. It's been very difficult in during lockdown with the COVID restrictions for all sanctuaries to raise money. Like normally animals in need, you'd have about four open days a year, wouldn't you, Roy? You'd have lots of fundraisers,
and then we're out every weekend, generally with 2 events, and during the summer even more every weekend.
And none of that's been able to happen, has it? No. So you've had to they've had to turn to things like shaving all the hair off and stuff, haven't you?
Yeah.
To raise money.
Well, we've got,
Roy used to have
on Thursday, but we've got in September we've got a fire walk and a glass walk.
So you walk on glass.
You walk on glass and you walk on
fire.
Fire.
What, in that order? So you got cut.
Order. You can do either or both of them. It doesn't matter.
So are you taking part in this, Roy? Walking on the fire. I've done them both.
So yes, the first one I dressed up as a Dalmatian and done it. On the fire walk and the glass walk, I was dressed up as a rabbit.
Have you got to have bare feet?
Yeah.
You got to have bare feet to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie, you can walk on water, couldn't you? You can do that one.
I would do the walking on the water. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's only you're only saying that so I drown, Roger. He thinks he thinks you walk on water.
Yeah,
but,
in a puddle. Yeah.
get rid of him, like.
Right, folks. So we've done our advert. Debbie's asking, is there a link to donate? Can we give one of those out now, or should we wait until?
It's well, if you give the website address, Roy, and if people go on the website, it's very easy to see how to donate, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope so.
So what is it? It's
www.animals-in-need.org.
Yeah. So have a look on there, and I think the donation thing is very apparent, isn't it? I mean, we'll probably go into more details on the show, but it's easy to see how to find out to donate on there.
My last question to you, Ronnie, is when you met Alf, did you go over and say, I co-founded you in 1976? Right?
Well, no, because I was quite scared, really, because he was bigger than me.
you were like a little
he was higher than me. He was higher than me in the pecking order.
In the pecking order, right.
Yeah, there we are. That's it. No one's done that one before, have they?
No.
Because I've been very used to being up before the beak.
Oh
no!
And it got me in quite a flap. It did.
All right, your challenge, Ronnie. On Thursday, you've got to do at least three or four more of those ones. We'll keep you to that.
Yeah. But make sure you're there, everyone, and tell loads of people about it. Come along. It is a good laugh, and it is for a really good cause. So come along, enjoy the show Thursday, and be ready to give lots of dosh to animals in need.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll see you Thursday, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Ferret.